Hello everyone, welcome back to Crafts by the Bow. I haven't made any videos for a few months now, but I'm just getting back into crafting. I've been trying to sort out my craft room and I have, let's put that back straight. I have piles of unopened paper pumpkin, and some are in boxes, some I think I've maybe made one or two cards, and the rest are in packets. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to work through my paper pumpkins, and although some may be like the kit of the month or the paper pumpkin of the month, some might be from a couple of months ago, and I'm sure we all have these unfinished sets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the paper pumpkin as it's shown, and then I'm going to make a separate video with the same paper pumpkin, but I will make a card or a project or something. So if you do have these sets, you've got different ideas to use. I'm also looking for ideas for storing my paper pumpkin stamps. I have lots of stamp cases that are full of old paper pumpkin and kit stamps. So if you have any ideas, please send them my way. Okay, so let's make a start. And it's not current, it's July 2025, but that happens to be on the top of my pile. So that's the one I'm going to work on today. And let's undo this. The only thing I've done in preparation is I've got the larger ink pads out that go with each set. So I had a quick look online to see which colour ink set it was, and then I've got them ready. So this is July 2025, Sweeter With You, and it's a really pretty strawberry theme. Oh, with red tissue paper. That would be really nice to keep for Christmas. And the stamping spot is green, so I am going to, I've got my garden green, the same. And the little stamps on them, let me show you what they say. Hello friend, that's a nice one for lots of cards. Life is sweeter with you, you're the best, love you lots. Thank you, little strawberry and its leaf and some flowers. Okay, so if you have this kit, you may well have made all your cards, or you might just have some bits and pieces left over. And if you have bits and pieces left over, watch the next video to see if you can make the same project. I don't know what that project is at the moment, but I will be filming it later this week. So let's open this little kit. I like when they have the rolls of tear and tape. I use quite a lot of tear and tape for 3D kits, so it's always nice to have. Let's get into here. Now, and if you've already made all your kit, feel free to just skip along on this video, but watch the next one so that you can see the ideas I've used, and you might be able to make the same projects with designer series paper or something. Now, at Stampin' Up, I've started to do these little inserts. So what I need to do when I've finished with this one is keep the two bits together like this and find a way to store them. Oh, let's have a look. Let's move this one. Lots of nice dimensionals. Oh, pretty envelopes. I love when they have a decorated envelope. They're all exactly the same. And then let's move it. I tend to save these bits for scrapbooking, for my albums and things that I make. So I'll pop that on one side. And then we have two of the strawberry design, some vellum, two of the gingham design, which I don't love as much at the moment, two of the spotty design, and two of the green. Okay, I'm going to take one of each because I think I'd like to make one of each card and then use the rest for my extra projects. I pop that on one side as well, and let's see what I need. for the spotty card, let's find a spotty one. That's this one. I need to have, which of the cutouts? Oh, the one large one here. Let's get that out quickly. Maybe for the future videos, I'll take the pieces out ready, so you don't have to wait for me to find all the bits I need. And then I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little white flowers. 1, 2, these all look the same. 3, 4, so I don't think it'll matter which ones I pull out. 5, I need the Hello Friend, which looks like it goes on this cutout. This little die cut that's included. Now, these are very pretty, aren't they? Like a little scalloped piece. And that's for card number 2. So, and little, looks like pool party. Let's say it's love you lots. And I think that's it. Okay, let's put these other bits to one side. Oh no, I need a back in here, look. Which is that one? It's a vellum, so I can see the dots through, so it's this one, this larger one. Nice to get vellum again. Stampin' Up don't currently sell our vellum sheets, but I use them a lot. And maybe this is a sign that they're coming back. That would be good. If the video starts to get too long, I'll stop them and make the rest of the projects in a second video. Because I know lots of people have asked for videos less than 30 minutes. Right, let's do some stamping. So I need the Hello Friend, this one. Let's take that right off. I'll just drop it down on my mat. And then, okay, I'll just rub over it just with my thumb so there are no little manufacturing pieces or oils on it. And then I need the Love You Lots as well. Excuse my reach. I might change it. I might just see if this You're the Best would fit. It might not, but let's have a little look. Oh, yes, it would. I'm going to change it just for that, because I'm more likely to use a card that says Hello Friend, You're the Best than one that says Love You Lots. But that's just a, you know, like a personal preference. So let's have a see how this stamps. Oh, nice. So let's do our stamping first. I'm going to stamp this little pool party type label. So that's that one. And then let's find this one, and it goes this way around. Again, I'm just going to try it out. Oh, that is a lovely sentiment, that, isn't it? And a really nice font. It's quite big, so it will go on lots of cards, lots of different projects. I'm just going to stamp this in the middle. Nice. All right, I'll pop those to one side. I'll clean those in a moment. Let's see. They usually come together really quickly, the paper pumpkins. So I'm just going to fold that down. I need tear and tape. I'm not going to open my new one. I'm going to use my old one. Let's see, this older one. And it just needs to have tear and tape on the back of these images. So pop that on there. A little bit on that strawberry, and then this one, and then it's going to need glue dots as well, and I do have lots of these open, but I'm going to use my roll of glue dots. You use just whatever works best for you. Oh, let's find a pokey tool. Okay, and then for the vellum, I find that vellum, unless you use like a liquid glue and sponge it on, you can see where the tape goes. So I'm just going to look here at the vellum and see whereabouts I could put a glue dot so that it's underneath where this image will go. So let's just put a couple of glue dots on here. It's just to hold it down, but I don't really want to be able to see it. Let me see that. I don't know if it has a back and a front on there. No. So if I'm going to put one here and one in the other corner over here. And then I'm going to keep one just ready. I'm going to check that they're covered. That one might be a bit high. So I'm just going to move that one down and pop that back on there. I'm going to move this one down so that it's not in the way. All right, let's line this up, put it right across the middle. I'm not going to squash it all the way down. I'm just going to check these again. Yeah. And this one, I'm just going to put under here. Let's see if that will cover over. Yes. Okay. So this is just going to glue flat down with our tear and tape. Oh, I think it goes a little bit higher on there. Let's have it just like this. And now you can't see where the vellum is sticking down, but of course it's down safely. If you wanted to put another one under this strawberry, that would be a good idea. I'm just going to do that. So you can see, I should have stuck that onto my vellum first, shouldn't I? And then I could have seen exactly where those dots went. Okay. So then flowers are going to need glue dots. I'm just going to pop them all on here, all across, all 5 of them. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's tear that off. And then they're all just ready to go. And I'm following just this picture, but you know, if you wanted to lay all the pieces out first and then do them all together, that would work as well. I'm just following the picture because it's so easy. Okay, so let's see. They are going to have glued or attached this next because one of the little flowers, look, goes over the bottom of here. So I'm going to pop dimensionals on. And they have 5. I put mine the same way round. One there, one there, one there, and then one here, one here. All right, and then we're going to pop this across here. So it covers over that, oops, upside down, covers over the leaf on this strawberry. Now I'm going to make mine so I can just see a tiny bit of it. I'd quite like to see some of that. So that's there. And let's see, this one, excuse me, is going to go over here. So I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on the back there. And that way it will just attach over there. I'm going to put them fairly near the top. Like that. I'm going to put the flower on first though, because I see that the little blue label goes over the top of that flower. So let's take these off. I don't think it really matters which way round they go or anything. No, I don't think so. So this I'm going to glue just onto here. There we go. And then I'm just going to follow their picture. Sometimes I go a little bit off-piste and stick things in my own way. But for this, for this one, I'm just going to pop them on as they're showing. So simple, but so pretty. There we go. Where's my bin gone? There it is. And then this is going to go just on this edge. If you wanted to put a little glue, a little dimensional under here, stop this bending, you certainly could do that as well. And I think that's it. Wow, what a quick and easy little card. Very pretty. Okay, let's look at card number 2. And what do we need? We need the strawberry background. So here's the strawberry background. I need to just clean my stamps. Let's just go over that because I need different sentiments this time. So let's pop that one back on there. And that one back on there. Okay, and we're going to need the thank you stamp, which is this one. Pop it down on my table there. Just go over it. And, oh, we need the You're the Best one. So I'm going to put that one on again. That's the one I've actually just used. If I'd read it first, I would have seen that I didn't need to clean it. That's okay. Right, what do we need? So, I've got those. I need this little vellum again, but it's the smaller square of the same piece that we took the last vellum off. So that's that one. And we need that nice scalloped circle. And a little pink label this time. Okay. So let's do our stamping. I like the stamps just to have a little while where the ink has got time to dry. So, and then I'm not putting my finger in it, I'm not smudging it. So I like to try and do my stamping first. That's that one. And then the thank you one, let's test this one because we haven't seen it. Nice, same font as the Hello Friend, look. That's really nice. Okay, now they've just stamped this right in the middle. Yep. Okay. Close that up. And leave those two to dry for a moment. So this is going to be, let's see. We've got this, it's showing you the pieces that we need. I'm going to have tape in just those 2 spaces. So I'm going to pop a little bit on. Because our circle is going to hide that. That piece didn't want to come off. There we go. So I'll make sure that's up at the top. Up over here. No, just under center. So let's do that. And you see, you can just see the tear and tape under the vellum. Now, we're going to cover it, but if you were putting vellum on, that's why I said about trying to hide it under other elements, because I don't like to be able to see it so much. Okay, we're going to need 2 little flowers. Forgot to get them out, so let's get 2 flowers. Oops, don't need that big strawberry. One, 2. We've got those ready, and then our thank you is going to have dimensionals on, and they just have 3. 2, and they have 1 at the top. When I first came out of hospital after my knee surgery, I made a couple of kits up because I couldn't sit and craft for very long, but they were just easy to do. I didn't have to do any cutting. You know, everything was prepped for me, which I really appreciated. Okay, I need 1 strawberry. And I think all the strawberries are the same. I'm just checking because there are some on here that are bigger. I'm not sure if I'm using a bigger one. Might be. Let me just look at the picture at the front. It is a bigger one. Yeah. Okay. Oh, just a minute. Is it? Because these are bigger ones here as well. The small ones seem to go here and here. So I'm going to take a bigger one. This. The ones with the flatter little bottom there. Okay. So this, I think, yeah, that looks about the right size, doesn't it? And it needs to have a dimensional. And that's going to be on underneath at this side. So it's going to fit like this. Ooh, just take that off my paper. So let's pop that on next. And I'm just going to sort of nudge it up to the dimensional. And then our little pink label, that's going to go on, I think, with just glue dots. And I've got a glue dot that I just stuck to my paper there, so I'm going to use that one. And let's get another one. And this is going to stick across like that. And then our 2 little flowers. I have one up here on the side, just over here, I think. Let me just put it a little bit nearer. Ah, I see. It goes that way. And that just goes near to there, but it doesn't stick on there. So I'm just going to stick it here. And then the other one is going to go at the bottom. Turn that round a little bit like this. Now that is going to attach on top of here, but I should have put my glue dot just on one petal, I think, to make it do that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little tiny dimensional under mine so that it sticks up a little bit. I'd quite like that raised. I'm going to pop that there. Yeah, I like that just raised up, the same as the sentiment. Okay, so there's our second quick little card. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, let's have a look. How are we doing for time? Oh, got about 10 minutes left. So let's see if we can get these finished. Okay, so I've got the green. And let's do our stamping first. So I need a pink strawberry. And that has the thank you on. And we still already have those on. So that's the only stamping. So I still have the thank you on its little block. And that pink strawberry. I don't often choose garden green as a green to use, but it's really quite pretty. I sometimes use it on Christmas cards and things, because it's kind of a Christmassy green for me. Right, so next on a block, let's take thank you off. And we need to have 2 little flowers. Quite close together. They've got them. Let's try those out. I'm sure everybody will have theirs in a slightly different place, so I'm not worried too much about whether they're next to each other, exactly how they've got theirs. But we're just going to sort of stamp tone on tone here. They have, oh, there's not a back and a front, is there? I don't think so, but I'm putting mine the same way they have theirs. So we're going to stamp one here. I think we don't often do much tone on tone, or if I do, I tend to use Versamark so that I don't have to have all the ink colours, because Versamark gives you the tone on tone of whatever the background is. Okay, I think that's all the stamping. Right, now we need 2 small pieces, and it's got tape on the back, and it's this blue stripe. So that's these, I think. Yep. So we need 2 of those. And we need to put tape on the back, so let's do that first and then find the other pieces that we need. They've just got across the middle. Okay, and then we need strawberries. So they have 2 together. They have a larger one and a smaller one. So, there's our large one and our small one. And then we need, let's see. Oh, there's more on there, look. There's more on there. So I need large, small, and then these ones. Let's have a look, see if they come stuck together or if I have to take them off. No, I think I have to take them off. So I'm going to use, that's that size. That's the size we used on the other card. Let's take one of those and another small one. I'm just going to see, these are all the same. That's the same as that, that's the same as that. Is that one different? Let me look. Because it's got a different stem. I think that's that one, look. Not that one. Okay. So here we've got the stem that's on the side and that one. And then this one, it's got the little sepal leaves sticking up and that one. So I think they go like that. Yeah? Yeah, I think so. Right, let's put these blue pieces on. So the first one goes up here on a little bit of an angle. And I can't measure or gauge it by their little stamps because mine are in a slightly different place. So you just have to go with whatever your pattern looks like. This one is going to go like this. Well, that's a nice little layout. Okay, right, this big pink one has got 2 dimensionals, one at the top, one at the bottom. Top, bottom. And whoops, so that's for that, for the middle, but they put these red ones on first. Now these ones have just got glue dots on and they're just at the sides here. So let's pop those on. There's one. So this one's going to go up here, like this, and then the small one has a dimensional on. So let's put that in the middle, just to make that stand out a little bit. And it's going to go like this. I'm going to put it down a little bit so I can see my stamped flower there as well. Okay, so next we need to put the pink one. They're not quite ripe strawberry. And it's going to go, let's see, it covers over here and down a little bit. There we go. And then these ones, they each have one dimensional. So 1, 2. And this is going to go at the side of this strawberry, and I'm just going to offer it up to the space between my dimensional and the edge. I'm just going to pop it like this, and then this one the same. I'm going to just move it along until I've got the dimensional in place. It just overlaps this strawberry a little. And then let's find our flowers. And I'm going to need three little glue dots. Oops. They're very sticky, these glue dots. But I find that they do stay, you know, well stuck down. If you put something on with one of these, they stay there. Okay, now I'm going to pop that on there. And one in the middle here. And then one just between these little strawberries. I wonder if I could get it just under that tiny little bit of leaf. Yeah. And there we are. That's our third card, and I've got just a couple of minutes left to make the last one. Oh, let's have a look. So we need this one. We need the long white, label. Sometimes I find you get like little burrs on the card from where these die cuts are, and if you just go over them with your nail, or where's my bone folder, or even with a little bone folder like this, or if they stick out a real lot, sometimes I just cut them off. I just trim them. Okay, so we need a different stamp. Let's pop these ones back. We need Life is Sweeter with You. Now, as you know, you can change these if you want a different sentiment on. It's not written in stone that that's what you have to use. Let's open our ink. And I think this is the only stamping, just the one sentiment. Let's try it out. It's a bit, didn't do that quite right. I think I must have moved it. That's better. I haven't got that little halo line now. Okay. And they've got it over to the right hand side. There we go. And let's see what we're going to stick this down with. I need all of this just to see. So I'm going to turn that over. Oh, and we need a little pot. And let's find those. Like a little carton, like the ones you get at the U-Pick or the farmers markets. So we've got that. We need two glue dots. Where did I put my glue dots? There we are. 2 little white flowers. Oh, it uses lots of strawberries on this one. Let's just see. Put these on. And we've got them ready. Okay, so let's see what we need. I need a dotty pink strawberry. There's that one. I need 3 strawberries, and I'm trying to look at those shapes and make sure I get the same shapes. So they're all just dropping out here. I need one of these where the leaves go up. That's that one. I need one where, not that small one. No, not that one. So that's that dotty one. I think that's that one. I need this one where the leaves are down in front of the fruit. And then I need one of those with the sort of flatter base. I need that one and the pink one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's everything. Let's pop those over to the side. Right, so I need tape on here, across, and goes that way. So I'm gonna, I don't know which way that goes now. I'm gonna put a little bit across there and hope it's that side. I think it should be. Okay. Now all those strawberries are going to fit in to my little punnet, but I noticed I need a smaller one there. So let's get that smaller one out, ready for the front as well. Okay. So this just goes across. Look, see if there's a side that I like best. Yeah, I like that side best because it's got a wider pink piece at the bottom. Okay. Now the lines on here aren't quite straight, so it sort of fools my eye a little bit. I just have to be sure to get it in level and not follow one of these lines. Okay, right. Next I'm going to need my little punnet. It's got a piece of tape across the back, like that. And then let's put our dimensionals on the back of all of these. So, oh, it shows you them already on top of the basket, but I have to sort of make mine the other way up. I'm not good at looking at directions like that. That one goes in the middle. The flatter one lays down like this. So these have to go like this. Nope, that goes that way, that goes that way. Okay, and then they all have to fit inside my punnet. So that's why they have it turned. Let me just fold that over so you can see. That's why they have it turned over. So I know this one is going to go across the bottom and it has to be inside the punnet shape. So let's take that off. This one is going to go across the bottom and it's just on the edge of the punnet. There we go. And then this one is going to go here. And it needs to have a dimensional in the middle. Like that. This one is going to go in the middle, but behind there, so it sticks up a little bit. And the dimensional is at the top. Okay. I'm just going to turn it over and have a little look, because I don't think that's the right one. That's going to be the pink one that's there. So yeah, I'm not very good at looking at things backwards. So I think that's going to be that one, and then these two red ones are over here. Yeah. Okay, let me take my finger off that. Put a little dimensional there. I would actually be better if I stuck that down. So let me find my glue dots. Just because I know I don't see patterns upside down, back to front very well. So I'm just going to turn it this way. I've got a little glue dot on the bottom. Oops. And I'm going to make it so that just as much of it is sticking out as I want, like that. So I know that's going to fit on there. You can see that little red strawberry under there. I thought I'd maybe put it too low down, but no, you can see it on theirs. All right, so that's going to go like that. I'm just going to trim that off. You can't see it, and I've stuck it a little bit too far over. Okay, so that's going to go like this, and then this red one is going to go under here. I'm going to put a glue dot on the bottom again. Not because it looks like that on the Stampin' Up paper pumpkin one, but I just want to make sure that I've got it in. So I want to see it like this. Okay, I don't want it to be, I'm going to move that that dimensional on top, and that will help just keep it stuck down. So let me do the other side one, and then I'll put that dimensional back. Oh, it's going to stick on my finger now. Okay, so this is the other one, the other big strawberry. I'm going to put a little glue dot on so that I know I've got it in place, like this. Okay, now I'm going to put this dimensional for the pink one. I'm going to stick it over the top of those two. That will keep them all nice and straight. Okay, and then what does this stick on with? Just those dimensionals. Yep, I'm going to pop another one at the bottom, just to hold those. There we go. It might be a bit more unconventional. I mean, maybe, you know, you can maybe see patterns easier and know where that would fit. There we go. Okay, now my little one needs a dimensional. Does it? Let's see. They don't show that little one. They just show it glued down, but it'll have to have a dimensional because it goes over this little punnet and that's already raised up. So I'm going to put my dimensional sort of here and it will stick just onto the white there. Lay it on its side like this, and then my flowers can go on. I need a flower in this corner and I need a flower just over here. Lift that up a little bit. There we go. I should turn it round. There. And there we are. That's all of them made. So let's have a little look. So there's 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Very pretty. Very pretty. I do like those. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to sort the pieces out, ready to make a separate project. And then next time when I do the whole paper pumpkin kit, I'm going to open the box and put everything into sets so that you don't have to watch 10 minutes of me getting all the pieces out. But thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again soon with an alternative project for this set. Bye bye everybody.